Hello everybody, what's going on people? How's your day? How's everything going? Today I'm excited for this episode of Let's Talk Biz. I have another fellow mompreneur, Miss Sam, who is going to be joining me. I'm super excited to bring her on. We're going to be talking about a bunch of things, sharing her story and just talking, probably having a lot of mom talk like moms do. So I'm super excited to bring her on. So let me go ahead and add her into the convo and we are going to get started. All right, let's see. It's loading right now. Wait, so can I? There she is. Hi.
I think mine's like a little behind.
Really?
I've never done this.
How are you, girl?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's nice to formally meet you, like
I know.
seeing each other's faces and stuff.
I know. I always say that to like my clients and like girls I meet on here. I'm like, I feel like I know you.
I know.
We talk so much, but here you are. Like,
Legit.
hi.
Like when you follow someone on social media, it's like you literally know their whole lives, and then you talk to them, so you're like, oh, I know about you and your daughter and your kid.
Exactly.
How's your day been?
It's been good. We just I actually just got home like an hour ago, so I've been like scrambling a little bit, but I spent some time with my mom this morning, so it was nice.
That was nice.
Have a little break. My boyfriend stayed home with our daughter, so that.
Girl, I literally am like, I need my mom break, and like literally I told my husband, I was like, I need a break. Like I don't know what it's gonna happen, but I need a break like right now. So we're on the same page.
Even if you just go in the room and like sit by yourself for 2 minutes.
Just something is everything.
Exactly.
Like legit. Like something is everything. So we're on the same page with that. So I'm happy that you got your time. I'm gonna be getting my time soon. As you see, I'm like, it's just been such a crazy day. But anyways, I'm excited to talk with you. So I just wanted you to share a little bit about yourself and your background, where are you from, and then we'll get into some other little questions.
Sure. I'm Samantha, to everyone watching. Upstate New York, specifically like the Rochester area. So I don't know if you have any friends from New York.
I do.
You do? Oh, perfect.
Yes.
So I'm 25 years old. I'm turning 26 this fall. I have a 3-year-old girl. She turns 3 in a couple of weeks, which blows my mind.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
A little bit more about me. I live with my boyfriend. We're not married, but he is the father of my daughter. I run a health and fitness business online as a health and fitness coach.
Yeah.
I also serve as a waitress and a bartender in the evenings to kind of make ends meet right now. Yeah, so I do that part-time, which I love. Honestly, I see that as my little break.
Yeah, you know what, girl? Anything that to get you like doing around other people besides kids. I'm sorry, we love our kids. We love our kids, but you need like other human interaction. I'm sorry, you do.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I say all the time is like with my boyfriend, I'll be like, I need to go to work. Like, you don't understand. Like, this is my social life here. Like, being behind the bar, converse with customers and stuff like that. Like, that's the social life I have now. So that in the evenings and it's fun. But yeah, that's just like a little bit about me.
Okay, nice. As you know, it's so funny. My daughter, she's 2. She turns 3 in November, and I turned 26 in December. So we're like along the same line.
Wow, yeah.
We're right along the same lines, legit. I had gotten pregnant like my last semester of college, and everything like changed for me, like my whole life. And I for the better, honestly. And now, thank God I am where I am, because I probably wouldn't be here if I didn't get pregnant. So.
Wow. I have chills right now because that's literally my story. And that's so funny that you say that, because like I feel like we all kind of feel like this as new moms, but yeah, I feel like no one could relate, being that young and being pregnant in the middle of school like that. Like,
correct.
I had a very hard time like making that transition, because I was like, all the moms were years ahead of me.
Yeah, exactly.
Was in that age range. So it was like, I felt very alone, and I did not realize that you were on the same line. That's crazy.
That is actually so crazy. The fact that happened around like the same type of event is even crazier. It's weird. And it's like, oh my God, it's weird. I just feel like sometimes like this is why I love like doing these talks, because I feel like it's just in a way to kind of open the door to anybody to see that like, it doesn't matter what your situation was or where you were or how it happened, but like something amazing can literally come out of it. So it's like for you, like, I know that like, of course you have your daughter and all that. So how did that lead or transition? Like what inspired you into your journey with like health and fitness? Like how did that happen for you?
Yeah, so just a little bit more background, I guess. I was an athlete pretty much my entire life. I played sports in high school. I went to college for lacrosse. I played lacrosse in college. So I always had like that exercise and physical component background. But then, I went to college. I played a sport there, but I also, did all the other fun things like partying.
Exactly.
And not caring about what I was eating and all of those things. So I gained a little bit of weight, but then I found I was pregnant my master's year, which honestly, I'm a very type A, follow the plan, black and white person, and that wasn't in the plan. And so at the time I was devastated. I was like, what am I going to do? I have all these things in my future for my career. I was with obviously my boyfriend at the time, but I was like, we were kind of just having fun, a serious relationship at the time. And I was like, I don't really know, very lost. I don't know what I wanted. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so I obviously went through with it, and I don't regret a thing. I wouldn't change a thing. And she's the light of my life.
So cute.
But it also it wasn't easy. It still isn't easy. And I know any mom can attest to that. But after having her, I graduated. I have a background in occupational therapy, so I have a master's in occupational therapy.
Okay.
So I graduated, studied for my exam, passed my certification exam, and the minute I found out I passed, went into labor the next day. And so, so it was like, I feel like my whole life.
Oh my God.
Go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I also talk with my hands. So.
Girl, you're fine. Literally, are you Italian?
Yes.
Oh my God, so you see, it's Italian is because I literally talk with my hands all the time. You should look at all my videos. But so it was like I found I passed, and I went into labor a month early. She was a month early, and I wasn't ready. Like, pregnancy, I honestly was in disbelief that I was even pregnant. So I feel like I pretty much kind of blacked out or avoided the fact that I was pregnant for the entire 8 months. And then I was in labor, and I was like, what the heck am I going to do? And so she came, and I was staying with my parents at the time. Willie, my boyfriend, and I hadn't gotten a place yet, and he had 1 more year left. Wow.
So he went back to school. I'm at home living in my mom's basement with this newborn baby.
Oh my God, girl.
Yeah, it was crazy. I went back to work 4 weeks after she was born, and then I was like, this is too much. Like, I can't. I was struggling with postpartum depression. I've never experienced mental health or anxiety in my entire life, or probably have, but didn't identify with it.
Correct.
And so at that time, I was like, I just felt like I was losing control, and I didn't have control over my life. And I had resentment towards my daughter for changing my life. I had resentment towards my boyfriend for going back to school and not having to be a mom or, And I hit this point where I was like, I got to do something. I'm 70 pounds overweight. I'm looking in the mirror. I'm not happy with myself. And I'm not talking just physically, but mentally, emotionally. Like, I didn't know who I was, and I wanted to connect with me again. Like, who am I outside of taking care of this little human?
That's like the hardest thing for all moms to realize or even think about.
Right. And so for me, it was like, why did I start this business, or even just my health journey? It was because I wanted a piece of me back. I just wanted to be me, and I didn't intend to build a business out of it. I really just needed a routine that was going to be feasible for a stay-at-home mom. And something that I could do. And I fell in love with it, and I was like, everyone needs to have this. Like, it's
oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that I wanted to share it. I wanted other moms to know that they weren't alone, that there is more to life outside of taking care of the tiny human. And that's really how I got into it.
Oh my God, that is so amazing. And honestly, I think like props to you for even being able to like be that vulnerable and honest about like your journey, because a lot of people are scared to share that vulnerability side of like being a mom, because it's so true, girl. I was on that same boat with my daughter. I was like, I was supposed to go get my master's. I'm so young. I was supposed to travel. I was supposed to do this and that. And so like I struggled with postpartum depression so bad when she was born. And at the same time that she was born, I had just opened my dance studio. So I was like trying to be a full-on business owner on top of like a full-on mom. And it was so hard because you know how they always say, oh, right when your baby comes, you just connect with them and the love. And I was like, I don't feel that. I was like, I don't feel that. And it's so frustrating because I felt like I was a bad mom for it. It was just like all these feelings of resentment. And then that like plays into counterparts, your life, your health, your business, everything. So thank you for being honest about that, because it is so true. And there are so many other moms who are dealing with the exact same thing. So for any moms who are watching or watch this later on, you are not alone.
Yeah.
I'll go through it. It's a struggle, legit.
And I think that's like, I mean, a lot of what drives me now, even like, I know I'll touch on this a little bit later with the podcast and everything and like stuff that I do.
Yeah.
It's so nice to hear you say those things, because when I was in that period of time of my life, I was like, I was afraid, just like you said. I never spoke how I was feeling. I kept it all inside, because you go on Instagram or you go on social media or you just in general life, you see all these other moms out there who the highlight reel, you know, you see enjoying it and loving it. Well, why not me? Why can't I feel that way? And what's wrong with me? And so it's tough, but we need to share, because there are other people out there just like you and I who we don't even realize that
exactly.
So
you never realize like the impact of your story or like what you're going through until you share it, and then other moms are like, thank you, like thank you so much for sharing this with me, because I thought that I was gonna lose it, like legit. And so honestly, thank you. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that, Sam. So with that, now what has like kept you consistent? Because I feel like number one, how the hell you stayed consistent with the freaking workout routine? Because like for me, I think that's one of the hardest things. Like I've done programs and stuff, but bro, so like what is like your motivating factor? Like how does that work for you?
Yeah. In the beginning, it did not look like it looks now. So, I mean, for anybody who follows me, who's been, I call them my OG followers, like, from when I started 2.5 years ago, it was tough. Like, I experienced a lot of other stuff, injuries, you know, other life stuff, obstacles that come in the way. But for me, it was like, I would rather keep moving forward and push through all the crap to not be in the place that I was sitting in the beginning, you know, with the postpartum depression, the anxiety, the stress, the, you know, loss of confidence and just loss of identity, all of those feelings. I was like, I would rather show up on all the other hard days to just not be that girl anymore. And so that for me, it was like a lot of people ask me, I get this question a lot actually, like, how do you stay motivated? Like, how do you stay motivated to show up every single day? And over time, it's like, I honestly don't. 2.5 years later with a toddler, you know how it's it's like that's right. It's a handful in itself. Like I'm not motivated. You know, the days that I show up and I'm not always excited to be like, I'm gonna go do an hour-long workout today, or I'm gonna eat a salad over whatever. And I'm not perfect. I'm still human. There's days where I take rest days, but at the end of the day, I feel like it depends on discipline and like wanting to change more than you want to stay the same. And starting isn't easy. You know, it took me 2 years to say yes to my coach or to go all in with it, because I was the same as anybody else. I was like, oh, I can do it on my own, or, you know, I'll do it on Monday. I'll do it next month. I'll do it with doing this. And, you know, there's never going to be the perfect time. And for me, it was just, I want to enjoy my life. And like I said, it's not just about the physical transformation or anything like that. Like, it's just about being a happy person and wanting to wake up every single day. And, you know, if I didn't have that time for myself, those 30 minutes a day for myself, or an hour, or whatever it was where I was working out, I would go crazy. I go crazy when I do have it. So I can't imagine, you know, what it would look like without it. So just having that control over that one piece of my life allows me to show up better for everywhere else.
Girl, that's so true. And I love that for you. It's like literally just like health and fitness. So I feel like that's so important to have. I know for a lot, which is fine, because I know for a lot of other people or moms or business owners, I think they overshadow, or they overlook that because they're like, this is more important, this is more priority, my family's more priority, my business is more priority. And so when you start to do all of those things, the worse that you treat yourself, the worse everything else will get. And I did not realize that until probably like maybe 2 years into my business, because 2 kids later, my business, everything, I literally was so stressed out. I'm like, I'm living my dream and I'm not happy. I'm like, I'm not happy. I'm overwhelmed. I'm stressed out like all the effing time. I was like, I'm so done with this. So I totally feel that. I think it's so important for everybody to think about what is that thing that you need to do for yourself to give yourself that time so you can be the best you, especially as a mom. Your kids depend on you so much, girl. Oh my god, I didn't even realize how much like they're so dependent for every little thing.
Responsibility is huge. Like,
girl,
yeah.
I'm like, I can't. Like, I literally can't sometimes. And my daughter, God bless them, I literally love them so much because they really have motivated me and taught me so much. Like, I don't know for you, like, what, like, things your daughter has taught you, but my daughter has taught me how to just be so graceful and just so patient. Because, like, even if I freak out, she's like, Mommy, like,
patience. Patience. Yes. That is the biggest thing that I take away from the first 3 years of my life.
Yes, right? Oh my god. I literally have to be like, like all the time. Like I literally find myself every single day. Like, have you like incorporated your daughter into seeing, like, what has she motivated you with this process? Because I know, like, obviously children, they can give us like any type of thoughts or ideas, but like, what has your daughter, her name was Sophia, right?
Yes.
What has Sophia, like, what has that meant for you with her?
Yeah. So just piggybacking off of what you were just saying, and like being able to have the patience, or, you know, just show up for them. I can notice the days that, and I'm just the time to myself. It doesn't even have to be working out. Health and fitness is my life, but for anybody in general, any mom watching this, just having that time for myself, like the difference of how I show up as a person versus not, you know, with the way I treat her.
Yeah.
I have more patience. I'm not snapping towards her, you know.
Yeah.
I'm more excited to do things. I'm not just laying on the couch while she's playing by herself. I want to. So for me, it was just, I want to give her the best experience and be the best that I can be for her. And sometimes I'll, like, as much as I'd rather work out by myself, I will bring her in, like, and let her watch. And recently, like, now that she's 3 and starting to explore a little bit more, she'll start to do moves herself, or she'll want to be a part of it. And I just always, I think for me, one of the biggest things, like going back to the motivation piece and the question you asked me before, you know, what is your why? Like, why are you building a business? Why are you showing up for the workout today? Why are your feet touching the floor today? Like, what is motivating you or pushing you to get out of bed? And, you know, I think for moms, it's easy for us to be like, oh, well, my kids. And that's great. But like, what about that? Like, why for your
Exactly.
digging like that a little deeper and peeling back the layers. And for me, it's like, I just want her to know that it's not selfish to put herself first, and that she is able to, you know, pursue or do whatever that things she wants. Because I feel like for me, I lived or grew up in a home where, like I said before, everything was black and white. Everything was cookie cutter. Like, you did X, Y, and Z to get to the end goal. And I did all those things until God was like, well, I'm going to throw your plan, and here's a baby. And I was like, okay, so time for plan B. And I, you know, plans don't always work out the way you think they're going to. And so I think it's just important to, like, always show them that the world is their oyster. As cheesy as that sounds, but, like, they can do anything. Like, that's the one, I don't feel like I got that, and I want to be able to show her that she is capable of anything. Like, anything.
Girl.
Sorry if I'm not talking too much. I tend to, like...
No, you're not at all. This is great conversation. It's so annoying. You know, it's hard hard like when you do these things because like not everybody likes to talk, but it's like when you have good conversation, like hello, talk all day. Who cares?
Right. I love it.
Who cares? Okay, cool. So now I do want to ask you about your podcast. So you started this podcast. Share more about it because I love the concept. I love this concept. So please tell everybody about it.
So the podcast thing, I have one episode out. Episode 2 launches tomorrow, so I'm really excited about that.
Awesome.
But it's called More Than a Momma, and that name has always been on my heart since the beginning. Just because, like, even just from the conversation we've been having today, it's just, I feel like when we transition into motherhood, we assume that we have to put on this mom hat and be the mom at all times. And we forget about taking the shower. We forget about eating. We forget about the things that we loved. Like,
for sure.
Someone asked me the other day, they're like, what do you like to do in your free time? And I'm what free time for this second? I have no idea. And that, you know, those questions started to bother me because it was like, I'm a person, you know, before I became a mom, I was this outgoing, bubbly, social person who liked to go shopping, who liked to go have drinks with friends, who, you know, liked to go do whatever. And now when I transitioned into motherhood, I was like, I don't know who I am. Not even just the physical image, but like what do I like to do? You know? So I think the whole concept behind it is just to give women permission that they don't need from me, but from themselves, that you can be a person aside from being a mom, and you can still do the things that you love and still be a mom. You could still build that business and still be a mom.
Exactly.
And still be a mom. And I think that society puts us into this box of, you know, how we're supposed to show up as moms, what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to feed our kids, you know, 100%. What the relationship's supposed to look like. And no one talks about this, you know, no one talks about the woman that's wearing the mom hat. And so I had the podcast on my heart for a while, but I actually said it in my story a second ago. Public speaking has always been like something that I get nervous about. And I also had that fear of judgment. Like, you know, what if another mom listens to this and doesn't resonate with what I have to say, or, you know, judges me for feeling this way about
those doubts like start to creep in.
Yes. And for so long, for over a year, I had equipment sitting on my desk set up, and I didn't use it for over a year. And then I was following a fellow coach, and she is more successful in the business. She's a little bit higher up. She's been doing it for a lot longer than I have. And she was offering a podcast course. And I was like, no, this is someone I trust. This is somebody who, you know, she has a podcast with Keisha Fitzgerald is her name. Over 1 million downloads. Like, I was like, okay, she knows what she's talking about.
Exactly. Maybe I'll check it out.
Right. So I did the course, and I loved it, and I launched a podcast. It was just kind of like one of those moments, you know, where, you know, God or whatever you believe in kind of like sends you that message of like, this is the time. And the course fell in my lap, and I was like, okay, you know, if I pay for this course, there's my accountability. I have no reason not to.
Yes, exactly.
So I did it, and I wanted to, you know, have something that would like, it was an outlet not only for me, but for other moms too, you know, to go to and like know that they're not alone. Yeah, girl. No, honestly, I love that, just because I think it's so key what you said about the fact that it's like, we're so quick to lose our identities as moms once our kids come, because we are literally trained from like the get, like when you have your kid, your life is over. Like, have you ever heard that? Oh, your life is over, like that's it, like you can't do anything. Mom power. Like you can't do anything, like that's it, like you're done, you know. Oh, forget about it. You want to travel, good luck. You want to do this, good luck. And that was always my thing, that I was just like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, don't try me. Like, don't try me. Like, I can do whatever. And so I really pushed myself to do that, because for me, I've always been like I'm like the same thing. Like, I've always had a plan. I'm very determined. I'm very like on the go. So I was just like, how are we going to make this work? Like, I told my husband, I was like, how are we going to make this work? Because I still want to do what I want to do, but I also want to be like a good mom. And I think it's just been hard, like finding that balance. So I think the fact that like your point in, sorry if you hear my son in the background, he's like, why? But I think like the point of it is really like
let's like, oh my God, like I just am so happy. Like I'm going to share it all the time because so many moms really need to know that it's okay to be more than a mom. You know what I mean? Like it's okay. You can be a businesswoman. You can do your own thing. You're allowed to go out and have a drink. Like you're allowed to go and do these things because the conception is like, that's it. Like I'm done. Like if I leave, my kids are done for. It's not true. They're gonna survive. Like they're gonna be okay. You know what I mean? Like it's really okay. And I feel like I slowly started to learn that and let go a little bit. It was a lot of like self-talk, a lot of mentorship, a lot of like praying, crying my eyes out to God, like please like give me a sign because this was crazy. So honestly, I love that that's like your heart's mission, because it's not even like it's just another podcast. Like it's a podcast that's needed. So I'm so excited for you and like everything that you're doing with that, seriously. So before we go, just because I know like we're going a little long here, but I wanted to ask you, just because I asked this to all of my guests, if you were to give a piece of advice, one, two, whatever it is, to another mom who is wanting to do what you're doing or is like on that mission or journey, like what is the advice that you would give them to like get going and get started?
You're going to be judged anyways, is probably what I would say. Because I feel like the one thing that holds us back always from doing anything that we want to do is fear. And it's always going to be there, you know, whether it's something as small as deciding what you're going to feed your kids today, or, you know, going to start the business, or wearing the new dress, whatever it is. Like there's always going to be fear, but you're going to be judged anyways. Like you're going to be judged for sitting there and, you know, doing nothing and continuing your life, or you're going to be judged for taking the leap and doing the thing that you love. So do it, you know.
110%.
Yeah, I'd rather look back and say, you know, I'm happy that I pursued my dreams and did the things that I wanted to do, regardless what anybody else thought, instead of sitting there and wondering what if. Yeah. And I think like, especially in my situation, you know, your family members are gonna judge you. My father is one of them. I love him dearly. But he is very traditional, and I still get the comments, you know, of, well, when are you going to get a real job? Or is this really what's best for her? And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, because you're the mom, and it's your child, and it's your life. So do the things that make you happy, and stop trying to please other people, and stop letting fear getting in the way from living the life that you want to live.
Yes, girl.
Yeah.
Just snaps all day long, snaps all day long. No, oh my God, yes, oh my God, I'm so happy we connected. But like for sure, girl, like 1,010,000,000%. I think like that's what stops everybody is fear and judgment, because we're so like there's always eyes on us. You know what I mean? Like we've always been like, even since you're a kid, you're always being told what to do, what not to do, what you can do, what you're not allowed. You know what I mean? So oh my God, it's literally, I think that's one of the best pieces of advice that like someone has given, is you have to not be afraid. Like you said, people are gonna judge you anyways, so you might as well just go for it.
Exactly. Judge for doing what you love, like not what you hate.
Exactly. Like what? Like you don't want to judge me for going to this boring ass 9-to-5 job that I have to go through Monday through Friday, but you want to judge me for trying something new that I like? Okay.
Yeah.
I see you. Oh my God, no, but honestly, thank you so much, Sam, for coming on and talking and sharing with me. Your story is, I know, it is fun, right? I love it. Your story is like, honestly, it's very inspiring, and I really hope that any moms who watch this now, later, any mompreneurs who are trying, knowing that this is another example that you can do it no matter what, in another field of work. So again, thank you so much, girl, for joining me. We'll stay connected. So excited, and I will see you, girl.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Bye, girl. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you guys so much for joining me. It was so great having Sam on. Absolutely love her. It was so cool to connect with somebody else, another mompreneur. So thank you guys so much. I will see you all next week for my next special guest. And love y'all. Have a great Sunday. Bye, guys.